Well, I think you all did a super job on your shoes. Just like real cobblers.
What's a cobbler, Barney?
Oh, well, cobbler is another name for a shoemaker. And the table where he works is called a cobbler's bench.
Oh, so if we're pretend cobblers, this table could be a cobbler's bench, couldn't it?
It sure could.
All around the cobbler's bench, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun. Pop!
Goes the weasel.
All around the cobbler's bench, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun. Pop goes the weasel. A penny for a spool of thread, a penny for a needle. That's the way the money goes. Pop goes the weasel.
Oh, we're marching now.
The painter needs a letter and brush. The artist needs an easel. The dancers need a fiddler's tin. Pop goes the weasel. I've no time to wait inside or to tell the reason why. Kiss me quick, I'm off, goodbye. Pop goes the weasel.
Terrific.
These pretend shoes are great, Barney. But how do you make real shoes?
Well, first you start with a piece of leather.
I brought some today for the play. Would you like me to get it?
Well, sure, Julie. Thank you.
It's right in here.
The shoemaker cuts the leather into pieces and then sews the pieces together to make a shoe.
That reminds me, we better start practicing our play about the elves and the shoemaker.
Good idea. Let's put on our costumes.
Barney, will you please help us by reading the story?
Oh, I'd love to, Min.
I'll bet Baby Bop and BJ would like to see this. I'll go get them.
Oh, great. Oh, this is going to be tremendous. This is the story of the elves and the shoemaker.
All right.
Once there was a shoemaker who was very nice and worked very hard. But one day he was sad. He only had enough leather to make one more pair of shoes. The next morning, much to his surprise, he found a pair of shoes. Someone had already made them. The shoes were so special, a customer gave the shoemaker enough money to buy leather for 2 more pairs of shoes. So, that night, he laid out the 2 pieces of leather. And the next morning, the shoemaker found 2 pairs of beautiful shoes on his bench. The same thing happened again and again every morning. The shoemaker carefully studied the shoes, and little by little he learned to make shoes that were almost as beautiful as the ones he found every morning. One night, the shoemaker and his wife stayed up very late to see who was making the shoes for them. They saw 2 elves dressed in old, tattered clothing, happily making new shoes.
Oh, look at their old clothes. They've been so nice to us. We should make new clothes for them.
So, the shoemaker and his wife worked together to make the elves beautiful new clothes. That night, they left the clothes out for the elves. When the elves found their new clothes, they jumped for joy because it was just what they needed. Oh, now everyone was happy. The end.
All right.
Terrific!